The seniors in this class this year have meant to y'all in terms of what all they've seen and finally reaching this pinnacle?
The seniors? The seniors have meant a lot to us, you know. Obviously, playing time is a valuable asset, and the more you see out there on the field, the better, you know, the more used to seeing different blitzes and different things you've had. You know, the seniors on the O-line have really stepped up this year and sort of taken a leadership role, and I believe it's really helped us out.
Did you have the sense that you guys would be able to control the line of scrimmage like you did against Florida, especially with Terrell out?
You know, we found out Terrell wasn't making the trip before the game, but you know, we just kind of looked at each other and we knew that our backup guys were going to step up, and they knew their role, and they did a great job of coming in and doing their job.
TJ, talk about just, you know, the changes on the line, you know, for you obviously on the offensive line, and just making it to Atlanta, being that you're a South Carolina guy, and making it to Atlanta in your final season at USC.
Well, you know, getting recruited, that's something that Coach Spurrier and all of them had talked about, was going to Atlanta. That's a dream of all of ours that we've had going to Atlanta, so it's a huge accomplishment for us. But you know, right now we're looking at Troy and Clemson and finishing our season as strong as we can and put ourselves in the best position we can for bowl games.
TJ, how hard is it to not look forward? It just seems human nature is, I mean, Troy, Clemson, it just seems like it'd be almost impossible not to look forward, at the very least, to the Clemson game, and probably further than that to the SEC title game. I mean, how do you kind of keep your mind sort of, you know, in the present day?
Well, like I said, I mean, we're trying to put ourselves in the best possible bowl position that we can. So, you know, we're really, you know, Clemson's a huge rival game, so we're definitely looking forward to that, and you know, we're looking forward to playing Troy this weekend as well. So it's not that hard, you know. We gotta keep focused and work hard this week at practice and get ourselves better.
How big a change has it been from your previous years to this year, and just in the style of playing for the offensive line?
You know, every year that I've been here, we've had a different coach and a different approach to everything. Things have changed tremendously, but you know, I believe Coach Wolf came in here last year and started building something, and I believe Coach Elliott's come in and taken over and done a great job, and I believe we're finally starting to get to where we need to be. I mean, we're nowhere close to as good as we can be, that's for sure, but I believe we're a work in progress.
Coach Spurrier said the loss in Kentucky probably was a big lesson for the team on how you have to finish games and you can't overlook anyone. Has there been a lot of talk, reminders from the coaches, or maybe just some reminders from the seniors, the veterans on the team?
Definitely, and you know, Coach Spurrier reminded us of that as well. And you know, the Kentucky loss was a huge game, but it did show us that we have to win the fourth quarter. And I think, you know, towards the end of the season, we've done a lot better job of winning the fourth quarter. And that's, you know, you got to play a complete game. And that's something that we have to continue doing.
And as a South Carolinian, how proud are you? You guys have won the SEC East, and you've got a lot of guys from South Carolina who are leading the way, who are the stars of this team.
You know, I believe we all feel tremendously blessed to be in the position. You know, that's one of the reasons why I chose to come here for South Carolina, because I wanted to play for my home state, and I wanted to bring a title to this state. So, you know, I'm definitely playing with a huge pride and passion for this state, and it means the world to me.
TJ, talk about how the offensive line performed, blocking for Marcus, having Kyle Nunn in there for Gerald King, and also personally you, with your injury and the way you were taped up, how you played through that.
Going into the game, you know, I believe after reviewing film and seeing everything, the O-line, we did all right. Marcus definitely made us look a lot better than we really blocked. But you know, there's always a room for improvement. We got a lot of things that we could have done a lot better. A lot of things we're going to try and work on against Troy this week. As far as my knee, I got taped up, and you know, it didn't feel that bad. Everything feels all right now, so I'm very thankful and glad that it's happened that way.
Are you a little surprised that you're playing for a Steve Spurrier coach team and you're essentially a running team?
Yeah, a little bit, but, you know, I wouldn't say we're necessarily a running team yet. We had a couple games that we ran the ball. So, you know, it definitely helps the offensive line out whenever we can run the ball, because you can wear teams down and eventually, you know, get to a point where you can do what you want to with them. And that's something that an offensive lineman really wants to do. It's just a lot of fun.
TJ, what's it like for the offensive linemen as a group, that knowing that you have such solid skill players around you, like the Garcias and Lattimores and Jeffries, that if you make your plays, they're going to make a big play?
It's exciting because every play could be a big play. I mean, pretty much all we have to do is get in somebody's way, and they do the rest. So I mean, it's a lot of fun having the skill guys that we have, and you know, sometimes we kind of catch ourselves at the end of the play looking just to see what's going to happen.
Does running the spread, blocking it, is it a different mindset than last year? And when you guys first installed it, did you sort of think this might not work? Or?
No, not at all. It's I mean, in general, being an offensive lineman, you just got to be tough, and you got to move people out of the way. Any scheme you run is just like that. So there's no, you know, we didn't look at it that way at all.
Should Marcus Lattimore be considered in the talk for the Heisman?
I believe that if Marcus continues doing what he's doing, you know, maybe not this year, but before he's done here, I believe Marcus will.
And what is it like for you to hear 2001 right before game time?
It's something special, you know. Coming here as a recruit, I used to get chills just watching it, and you know, actually getting to take part of it. That's something that I'll cherish forever.
Anything else? Come on.
How do you feel personally about having a guy like Marcus Lattimore running behind you and the rest of the O-line?
You know, having, you know, I just got a question about Marcus and the Heisman talk. Just hearing that, we want that for Marcus. We want Marcus to get as much recognition as he possibly can. Marcus makes us look, like I said, a lot better than we've been doing. And, you know, we just want to get him as much recognition and get him as many yards as possible.
On a lot of teams, offensive linemen will come off after a series and run to their coaches and say, we can run this thing, we can run, let us run the ball. I'm guessing with this group, you don't have to tell them that.
No, I mean...
Do you though? Do you tell them?
Well, we want to run the ball, yeah, but, you know, ultimately we know that Coach Spurrier and the rest of the coaches, we know that they know what's in the best interest, and they have a game plan and something that they want to stick to. So, you know, we believe in them. So whatever they call, that's what we're going to run, and we're going to be confident in their play calling.
Anything else, TJ? For the Dance in the Streets banner?
Oh, yeah.
Just to clarify from Mr. Pensker's question, this is not TJ's final season. He is a sophomore.
My bad.
We look forward to seeing you here next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.